And here we go. Hopefully, I got it right this time. So, welcome to the very first live episode of Chally and the Boys. I am, of course, your host, Stephen Chalicombe. Um, I'm getting absolutely defeated tonight by YouTube Live for the very first time. Uh, I had already started this. Didn't have any audio naturally. Pretty good at doing that. So, bear with me if I stumble through some of this because it went smooth the first time, but none of the audio was recorded. Um, but so tonight, it is of course just myself. The two co-hosts are off doing God's work on a pointy tip of the spear. Um, and so I just wanted to take that time where we weren't necessarily getting into too much opinionated stuff about the Dallas Cowboys or the NFL as a whole to reach out again to the community and the listeners and whatnot that we are doing a fantasy football league. Now we've finally ironed out some of the details. We're going to do that on September 5th. That's a Sunday. That is after all the preseason games are done, and hopefully we can avoid drafting players without injury before week one. So hopefully that sets everybody up for success. It is going to be a PPR league as well as it's going to be free. I figure, maybe next year if everything goes well, we can do maybe a small cash league for a couple bucks or whatever. But we'll see how things go first this time. Um, with that being said, hit us up on Twitter here. Like I have open kind of just randomly. Nice Tony Romo video going by. Hit me up on Twitter at ChallyATB. Hit us up on the YouTube channel, Chally and the Boys. Subscribe, comment. Let us know you're interested. I'll send you the details for the Fantasy Football League myself. Easy day. We're looking for about 9 other people. I think we're going to try and do a 12-player team, 12-player league. If we can't quite get to 12 for some reason, we'll do, whatever we got. We'll fill in randoms if we have to. I'd really hate that, but um, yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. I'd also like to say that we're gonna try to stream it live, and if for some reason we can't do it live or it doesn't really work out, we're gonna definitely record it because hopefully myself and the other co-hosts and anybody else that's interested that gets in on this league, we can get in like a Skype call or something like that and just chill out for whatever the duration of the draft is, hour, um, shoot the shit about football. Just have a good time. Hopefully we can share that kind of experience with the greater community. Uh, you know, Thousands and thousands, if not millions, of people are doing fantasy football leagues. I'm sure there's only a handful of people that actually stream or, um, share their draft live and just kind of the goofy shit that goes on with it. I think it'd be a really cool experience to do that. So, like I said, hit us up for the September 5th draft, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Um, if you are interested in doing the draft with us, by no means are you required to jump in a Skype call with us or anything like that. If you're not comfortable being live on YouTube or recorded and put on YouTube, that's fine. We're not going to require anyone to do that. It's definitely just something I'm interested in doing, and I know I'm going to record myself in the co-host portion of the draft because I think it'd just be kind of funny. So for like a fifth time, probably hit us up on Twitter at ChallyATB or the YouTube channel here, Chally and the Boys. Share with your friends if you're not interested. Um, let's get let's get the league rolling. I think it's gonna be a good time. Um, I think that was kind of like the more exciting thing I had that I could do solo. So the other thing I also briefly wanted to get into, believe it or not, is Madden ratings. Um, I'm gonna just throw out a couple examples, and I have the Cowboys pulled up here. The couple things I'm just gonna shoot over are just examples. Anybody who sees this, don't beat me up too much. Um, but I think a lot of the NFL community don't really understand what Madden ratings are. And don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily know where all these numbers come from, but I think I understand how they get to some of these ratings more than the average person, right? Because you're scrolling through Facebook or whatever, and you see ESPN sharing the top 10 quarterbacks, for example, and everybody's freaking out that, so and so is not in their top 10. So I just wanted to go through some of the Cowboys players and maybe just get at least one person to fucking relax, right? It's Madden, it's a video game. I think the easiest person to kind of describe that type of thing with is Tyron Smith, right? So as you can see here, as I have pulled up on the screen, Tyron Smith is given a 95 overall. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. When he's healthy, he is arguably one of the best. I mean, he's arguably the best left tackle. He is undoubtedly a top three left tackle in the league when he's healthy. Um, that's why he has a 95, right? Like, if Tyron Smith wasn't healthy, I wouldn't want to catch him in a back alley on a bad day. Like, I don't want to fight that dude when his neck doesn't feel good, let alone when his neck probably does feel good. Uh, he's, I mean, the dude's a fucking brick wall when he's healthy. What people don't understand with, or what they associate immediately with Tyron Smith, and rightfully so, is that in real life, if you will, not Madden, Tyron Smith does have injury issues. But Tyron Smith still has the talent and the strength and the speed on the days he's healthy to compete with the best and perform like one of the best. That's why he's given a 95. I don't, Madden can't Madden the franchise. Uh, I don't know that they can properly dock players for being injured, right? Like just because you're injured doesn't mean that talent is not necessarily there. Um, which maybe brings me into another player in Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was a rookie last year, I get it, but he was in the race for Defensive Player of the Year, and he's only 88. And now I might be talking out of both sides of my mouth here, but there's no way Micah Parsons. How do you give that dude an 88? He is an unstoppable force. Um, what are? Can we look at the other linebackers here? We probably can. I don't know how to do all that shit. We're not getting into that. But somebody who's in the argument for Defensive Player of the Year, there's no way that dude's not at least a 90 overall in Madden. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't beat me up that much. I don't play Madden, but I don't see how they get to some of these ratings. Um, but hey, 88's not bad, I guess. Another one that's popular is Dak Prescott. He was in the top 10, and this one kind of I want to say I think I actually got really mad about this one day. So I was driving home from work, and I listen to ESPN radio every once in a while, and it was the Bart On show, and Bart Scott was trying to say that Dak Prescott was not a top 15 in Madden quarterback. Like, dude, are you fucking high? How is Dak Prescott not a top 15 quarterback in Madden? He can make all of the throws. He can make all of the reads. He had an ugly last, 8 games this season last year, but we have to come back to the talent and the test scores and the physical ability. Dak Prescott hits all of those metrics. Um, whether he's an 89 overall, as we see here, whatever, that it doesn't do anything for me. I don't know how people at a national media level could possibly say Dak Prescott's not a top 15 quarterback in Madden and keep their fucking job at the end of the day. That's the kind of shit they're saying to just get views, clicks, ratings, whatever it is. And then the fourth player I wanted to talk about, I think shows how can really excel in their position and be one of the best in the league and be lowly rated. And that's Brian Anger, right? Like he's a top three punter in the league. So one might think like, oh, how come Brian Anger's not a 95, right? Like he's one of the best punters. Well, Brian Anger also we see in the first column here, which is speed, uh, is only 68, right? Like he's not necessarily physically gifted, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm sure he is. He can punt the ball farther than me, right? Like so he's physically gifted, uh, related to the average person, but related to somebody like Michael Parsons, yeah, that's not the case. So that's going to really drag his score down. Um, so I think a lot of people also get caught up in, hey, so and so is, top three or top five in their position. How are they only something like 83 like Brian Anger? You got to remember it's all relative to everyone else in the NFL scores. You know, Demarcus Lawrence is another one. People are like, man, how the fuck is Demarcus Lawrence at 90? He doesn't get any sacks. Well, the number of sacks isn't necessarily doesn't necessarily correlate to your Madden score. They're two different realities, right? Madden's technically not reality, I guess. Um, but Demarcus Lawrence is arguably one of the best run defenders at the edge position. I'll die on that hill. He doesn't get the sacks, but he is an extremely aware and an extremely smart player that is everywhere on the field. Uh, that's why I think he's a 90. and also because a lot of his, or the overwhelming majority of his test scores are extremely high. He's extremely physically gifted, we could say. Um, so people need to stop relating to, you know, literal on-field performance, if you will. Brian Anger being an example, top three punter, but he's only an 83. That's okay, right? People are getting too upset over these Madden ratings, and I don't really think some people understand that these where these numbers come from. So let's take a chill pill with people getting upset over the Madden ratings, um, and that's where my brief stop is going to be. I just wanted to go over that again. I don't want to get into too much detail without the other guys here, or at least one of the other guys here. Uh, so with that being said, I'll go back to the fantasy football just to, you know, just keep plugging in there. We really want to do it. We really want to get some, uh, we really want to get the community, if you will, involved. So that's September 5th at 8:30. We are going to do, again, either a live YouTube draft, or we're gonna just record it and post it another day. Again, if you want to do the league, you're by no means required to jump in a Skype call with us. We would welcome anyone who wants to jump in a Skype call with us. Just let us know, hit us up for the information. I will get it to you guys tonight. It's gonna be fun. We want to make it as fun as possible so that people come back next year, and hopefully it's so fun that maybe we get two leagues going next year, something like that. Who knows? But 1 year at a time. Let's get this league knocked out. Um, and we are going to do, or at least I would like to do some sort of, weekly reviews with this league in conjunction with Dallas Cowboys specific news. And maybe I should also note, you do not have to be a Dallas Cowboys fan to hop in this league with us. I would love to get some fucking Eagles fans. I would love to get some Commanders or Giants fans, and not talk shit to be like a dick, but like just talk shit to talk shit. Everybody loves talking shit in football, so bring it on. Hit us up. Um, I guess that's all I got. So, Chally